what have you done in the last 20 hours?
Well, Liz fell and broke her wrist.
She slipped down, fell, broke her wrist.
Yep, broke her wrist.
This morning? Are we going?
Yeah, I was asleep in bed and all of her was yelling, ah! It scared the crap out of me.
Well, she broke her wrist.
That was your
I
alarm
thought
clock.
it was Christine.
There you go. But she all right?
Yeah, as far as I know, she was in surgery the last thing I heard.
That's
I got you.
intense.
All right.
To get it
Well,
repaired.
prayers up for Liz.
Get it
Yeah.
repaired.
There you go. Wow. What'd she slip on? Do you know?
Banana peel.
She was
That's-
getting
I'm sorry.
the trash out of the trash can and slipped on plastic somehow
Oh,
on the bag.
there you go.
Why are banana peels really not that slippery?
I ain't never stepped on one. I've always just been, I guess, convinced they were. I don't.
It's easy to slip on stuff when you get older.
Oh, no, that's a true statement.
How old is Liz?
Yep.
How old
Yeah.
is Liz?
You got to be extra careful.
No clue.
No clue.
Nah.
I didn't know.
Have you been extra careful?
I've been since I fell up there in Arkansas that day.
Oh, that was a couple of years ago now. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Been
You learned to
Yeah,
not
but
get,
that was painful.
you learned to not get in quite such a big hurry, didn't you?
Yeah. Slow down, dummy.
Slow down.
Like they say, slow down and smell the roses.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop and smell them one
I'm
time.
guessing you were hunting.
Yeah, the hunt was over.
Did he go
The
swim?
hunt was over. We come to
Swimming?
the dock.
No, he busted his
And
butt
when
getting out of the boat.
I was stepping out, somebody in the back moved,
Mm-hmm.
and it was on the bank. Well, when he moved in the back,
Mm-hmm.
I stepped out, and it wasn't the bank wasn't there.
Yeah, he gone.
It was gone about 2 foot back, and I just air.
Did you go face first or what?
I
Oh,
fell right just, and then what bad was I fell on that stupid oxygen machine
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
on my ribs, and
Yeah.
it was very painful.
I can
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, not ideal. For sure.
Oh yeah, slow down.
So y'all had an
Time.
interesting dinner date last night, huh?
I went on a dinner date with young Hunter last night.
How was that?
Well, I was jogging because it's the thing I do now. It's
Yeah.
weird. I don't like it, but I do it anyway. And I looked down at my phone about midway through, and Hunter has done tagged me on Instagram,
Yeah.
and he said, "What did you say?" You said, "Oh, he was making fun of me because I take a picture every time I go to Waffle House."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, watch this. Which of the three are you at that are between here and my house?" And I stopped and had dinner with Hunter. It was a romantic evening.
Did you jog?
Oh, what
to
did
Waffle
y'all
House?
order at the Waffle House?
I ran. Hunter was done eating by the time I got
Oh.
there. And I was all sweaty, so I drank like a gallon of water.
And drinking a gallon of Waffle House water is commitment.
Mm.
Yeah, because those glasses, they put too much ice.
Yeah.
We don't need that much ice, people.
Yeah.
They're like, Waffle House is so anti-European, they just fill the glass with ice.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, we had a good time. Until there's always a weird guy in Waffle House
Yeah.
by himself. Well, it was Hunter until I showed up.
I was about to say, did you? I
It-
thought
it
you
was
fixed
someone
that
else.
problem.
It was someone else before you showed up.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
He just moved down the totem pole.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And so then me and Hunter are sitting there eating, talking about life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and all that. And there's, the bar at Waffle House?
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy just sitting there.
Yeah.
He's ordered.
And this is at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, there's not a lot of crowd at the
Yeah.
dinner time Waffle House. They
Yeah.
only have 2 workers.
Yeah.
Very friendly people. But
Yeah.
this guy turns around and looks at me. He's got a straw in his mouth with the paper still on it. And then just blows it. You know how you...
Like a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
At you.
at me.
Mm.
And I look at Hunter, and Hunter looks at me, and then the guy just swivels back around, and the straw wrapper's just in the middle of the floor. And I'm looking, and I go, Hunter, that just happened? Nobody's going to believe this, but we're both here.
So don't go to the Waffle House. You got
Not the one on this side
Try
of
to
the
knock you out with a straw.
is,
But
that,
he just looked at me and went,
is that the way you challenge somebody to a duel at Waffle House? Like, is that equivalent to a white glove across the face?
It was
Like,
Hey, yeah. I wonder what he'd have done if you just walked up and grabbed him and just back
problem
out
is,
of the chair.
I think he could have taken me and Hunter both. He was a big guy.
Oh, really?
But then me and Hunter just sat there. You know how when Hunter laughs and he can't breathe,
Mm-hmm.
but he's trained to be quiet over there? He got that laughter because he was afraid to just laugh at the guy.
Mm.
So then we just sat there laughing.
Oh man.
And no
Hey.
words. No words were spoken.
None. I said we got to tell the story.
Who left?
sometime.
Who left first? Him or y'all?
Us. Yeah, I had to make sure I could get home to my kids. It was. I didn't know what that meant.
You like walk past them?
No, we were right beside each other. So
Okay.
it was. Once he turned around, once he was deep in them eggs, I said, I got to go.
Yeah, wait till he gets the plate of food, and then
Yeah.
you're like, all right, yeah, put this one on sea bass, and you just keep going.
And then Hunter said, well, man, thanks for coming to eat with me. He tried to pay for my meal.
Well,
Oh.
Hunter is a gentleman and a scholar.
there you go, Hunter.
He
I
does
also learned that's where he met his girlfriend.
at Waffle House.
He even showed me what booth. We weren't in that booth. That's a special booth.
Oh
It's
wow,
reserved for date night.
wow.
Hunter's got some history at that Waffle House.
But that's, I mean, are you talking about like when you met her years ago?
Yeah,
Oh,
years ago.
and you still remember?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
He's only 25. It wasn't that long ago.
Well, that was
You
in
just-
high school.
I was 17.
like, I don't know what happened in
17
high
when it
school.
happened.
Mhm.
I just graduated high school, actually.
Mm.
You were 17 when you graduated high school?
Yeah.
Youngin.
What a young protege.
How'd you meet her at Waffle House? Was she working there?
Give us the break.
Oh.
Give us the breakdown.
Okay.
Give us the breakdown.
Quick breakdown.
Quick breakdown from Hunter.
A friend of ours set us up to go to prom together, and she actually backed out. And then after I graduated high school,
Hmm.
I reached out to her or something, and I think I said something stupid
Mhm.
about like,
We all did.
yeah, I don't know.
May the 4th be with you or something.
Yeah, you know,
something like
could
that.
have been something like that. But she
Yeah.
just never stopped talking to me, like, and just kept texting back.
Ah,
I would say, well, it was nice, officially talking to you, and then she would like keep the conversation going.
Yeah. Hunter's got game. And then you're like, hey, girl, how you feel about an all-star breakfast?
Yeah.
is that what she clipped you for? All Star? You remember what y'all ordered?
I think she orders an all-star every time.
Mm.
Yeah.
All-American woman. You got to
Ain't-
keep her, man.
Can't hide money.
Yeah.
Man, golly.
What did you eat, by the way? You had
Cheese-
already eaten by the time.
Cheesesteak bowl.
Okay.
Cheesesteak bowl.
I get the healthy option.
But
What are you
Rub
laughing
it
at?
in.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you
As-
laughing at?
as a guy who ate there every day for a year.
No, they turned the corner.
Turn the how do you, what is healthy?
The
at
Fiesta
Waffle House?
chicken protein bowl.
Which is
Define healthy.
Eggs and chicken?
no taters.
No, that makes me
What?
a little
No
sad.
hash browns?
I'm
So
on-
you got both.
a
You got both
journey.
ages of chicken, mature and immature.
Yeah, I got preborn and dead.
Mm.
Okay.
Future birds and but the breast of another bird.
Mm.
It's pretty good.
You ever wonder if they have like a weird family reunion in that bowl? like could
That's-
the mama be the one that like? Are you eating both? Are you just genocide right
goes
there?
good.
Like,
Waffle House is in on the protein dinner game.
so you
52 grams right there.
52 gram and what else is it? Just chicken and eggs? Like no
And some wonderful vegetables
jalapenos
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Oh, okay.
that came from a can.
How much does that
Well, yeah.
cost?
$13.25.
Without tip.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Hey,
Interesting. No, it's not terrible.
Waffle House is a great place, and now they're a healthy choice to eat.
I just don't know that I could walk in there without
Healthy.
getting hash browns.
It has been a difficult and trying
I can't
few
believe you
months.
didn't get hash browns.
Yeah, I can go there and not get a waffle, but it would be tough for me to not get hash
Well, I
browns.
just ran 3 miles, so I was nasty and sweaty. So I was
Yeah.
like, man, whatever I eat's about to just come out.
I always
of
get
my
the
pores.
same thing. BLT with hash browns.
Yeah, that checks out.
Oh, it's such a great American.
They make a mean BLT, and the hash browns are always excellent.
And anytime you eat there, yes, you should put it on Instagram, Hunter. He was trying to make fun of me. I said, we about to do this together then.
Yeah, I
Facebook
replied.
it, baby.
I replied to his story. Shots fired. That's like,
Oh yeah.
and then he said, "Yeah, but in a friendly way." So it's really like just an invitation to dinner. Is all it really was.
And I'm not a person that would ever show up, but last night I had nothing to do for
I-
about an hour.
I didn't expect you to, honestly.
Hey,
And then here he come.
Yeah.
What'd
was
you do
hungry.
once he got there? Since you were eating, you were done eating.
the boy drinks coffee at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
what was the
Godwin.
conversation about?
Yeah.
Oh man, we covered everything.
Did y'all solve everything?
This podcast is going places now, boys.
Mm.
Me and Hunter are on the same page creatively, and I can't wait for y'all to see what's in store.
Mm.
Si, what do you think about zebras? I'm just kidding.
What about zebra?
That's just what we normally do.
Yeah.
No, we talked about everything. Talked about his girlfriend. And we were in the booth where me and my dad ate every Tuesday for 13 years. So
Really?
13
Oh, you
years.
ate every day in
Every
Waffle House
Tuesday,
for 13 years?
my dad took. We didn't go to Waffle House. We had like a break where we went to Cracker Barrel because I don't know. It was a weird time. Apparently, I'd switched over to pancakes for a minute.
Yeah.
But no, my dad took me to breakfast every Tuesday from kindergarten till I graduated high school.
Well,
So-
that was really nice of him.
That's cool.
That is cool.
And now I do it with my kids. The boys are Tuesdays at Waffle House. This morning I had Chick-fil-A.
There you go.
Egg white grill, also in the protein game. You can do it anywhere now.
Yeah.
It's easy.
They make you feel better about
Yeah,
it.
they make you feel better. I wouldn't agree on like full.
You wanna race
healthy.
right
Why would I want a foot race? Also, no, I'm wet. So I'm good.
Why are you wet?
Well, what you want to race? A truck or a car or a motorcycle?
Foot.
Just a foot race.
Yeah, ready, set, go.
No, I blow something out. I ain't running.
I'm into running.
What are you racing with? Your own foot?
Yeah. Oh, it's my new thing. I'm a jogger.
10 toes. He's racing with 10
10
toes.
toes.
I just get off work and start running places.
Can you burn a toenail off?
You know, my ankles
Right.
always hurt though.
That's what I thought.
Too heavy to do this.
Do you wear ankle
You
braces?
can't scrape the tires.
I got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of ankle braces.
I got
on
a few
standby.
myself. They tend to roll pretty easily from old injuries, so I can roll one on a piece of newspaper.
This episode is brought to you by Pocket Hose.
The world's #1 expandable hose. Look, weather's starting to get warmer out there, or it was. Now winter's back, but spring is just around the corner. You can see it. Look, it's time to get your yards in shape. There's yellow stuff everywhere, but we have got this spring's secret weapon for making yard work a breeze, a new expanding hose from Pocket Hose.
You know, I just got one, Martin.
Did you?
And Allison was doing a bunch of yard work and stuff on Saturday, and she went over to the old, disgusting, kinked up, junk, heavy water hose and was like, "This thing stinks. I need a new one." I said, "Well, look at what I got
Go
for
look
you,
on
girl."
my back seat.
And she went and got that thing. She said it was amazing, super easy to use, got everything she needed done.
Pocket Hose is a rust-proof anti-burst hose that is easy to manage and easy to store. Just turn the water on and it grows. Turn the water off and it shrinks back to pocket size. Regular hoses are a pain to drag around the yard and they get kinks and creases throughout the season. The brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with a pocket pivot is a total game changer. For a limited time, our listeners can get a free pocket pivot and their 10 pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text
Duck,
to 64,000. That's
duck,
to 64,000 for 2 free gifts with purchase.
duck.
To 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
I don't think I have blood in me because I've never bruised.
Well, let him
That
cut,
time I got hit by a car, no bruising.
Hit by a car.
let him cut
Yeah.
you and find out.
Interesting.
I don't want to get cut. That's bleeding. No, I got hit by a car straight in the hip one time, and it knocked my shoes off.
Wait,
Wait
what?
a minute. You got hit by a car that it makes you knock you out of your shoes?
How are we 500 into this?
I've told this story.
Have you?
Yeah, I figured y'all had already probably talked about that if that
No.
happened. I
Oh,
was.
you ain't told this story. I wasn't.
I got
All,
it.
all
Hold
of us
on.
are looking at each other
I
like,
wasn't here.
I've never
Me
told
either.
the story about the day Allison broke up with me and I got hit by a mini dump truck in Rome.
no.
dump
in
truck?
In Rome.
That's a whole
In
sentence
Rome?
that is a 100% true story.
In Rome,
Yeah,
Italy.
the city.
No,
Wow.
you didn't ever tell that story.
I've never.
I wasn't here.
That
Well, it
seems
starts with Allison breaking up with me.
It sounds exotic.
Yeah.
You went to Rome just to get hit by a dump truck.
Well,
Time out.
we did other things. I'm going to find the picture. I got it.
I
Somewhere.
understand
Hey, he's
that.
got a picture of it too.
How old were you?
19.
Okay.
Young and dumb.
I was just trying to
Young
figure
and
out.
dumb. I was in a crosswalk.
If you let a dump truck run over you, you're young and dumb.
It was a miniature dump. It was a European.
well,
dump.
hey, it was a dump truck.
We
Well,
need we need some imagery here.
I'm guy. It's way back in the Facebook files. I'm gonna find it.
Did they stop?
Oh yeah, the whole town stopped.
Did she take you back?
The
right
mayor
after?
might have been there. I don't know. Nobody spoke English
I went
but me
to
and my
Rome.
2 friends.
I went to Rome and I was looking at the Colosseum and I got run over by a dump truck.
No, we were at the mall.
Did you do it on purpose for her to take you back?
He got hit.
I mean, I guess I was sad.
Wait a minute, you got hit in a mall by a dump truck? That's even
Outside
worse.
the mall. Outside the mall.
Hmm.
So we're walking out of the mall. I'm gonna find the picture.
And then you want to tell me that
No.
you wasn't young and dumb?
Anyways,
You got to start from the beginning. How did and why did you get there in Rome, Italy?
I went to school.
Oh, he
In
went there to get hit
It's
by
like
a dump
study
truck.
abroad or
Yeah,
whatever?
I studied in Italy for a semester. Really important for everybody to do that. It really helps your college career.
Oh,
I took a vacation for 3 months and made really bad grades.
Is it the same place Willie and Corey went?
Yes.
I've been there. Okay,
There you
yeah.
go.
I went to school there.
You stayed at those people's
Hey, I'll
house?
rest my case.
Uh-huh.
You stayed
You
at those
just said,
people's
hey,
house?
you went over there for the,
Look, the guy that was with me, I was in his wedding, Kyle. Anyways, so I wake up that morning. Allison's had enough of the long distance thing. She's like, I'm out. She was still in high school at the time. It just, timing was off. And so I was like, well, that sucks. And so now I'm single, but hey, I'm in Rome.
So she chose Shreveport over
single
Rome.
and in Rome.
Yeah. So look. So
Ain't that called the city of love?
That's what I was thinking. I didn't
Yeah,
want to say
well,
that wrong.
if you get hit by a dump truck in the middle of the street,
Hey.
none of the girls are
He
impressed.
was just showing you love.
I can't believe I never told the
The
story.
dump truck driver was just showing you love.
So-
Welcome, American. to
So look.
Italy.
He said, welcome.
Bam.
So I'm
And
walking.
knocked him out of his shoes.
We're walking-
That's what gets me.
Yeah. Oh, this. So we're doing the touristy thing. We were walking down the street and we're about to cross the street, and I take a step with my left foot into the crosswalk, and I hear JD, and a kid named Alan's yelling at me, and I turn back this way. I said, "What?" And at that moment, I'm gone.
Decleated.
Is that the picture
Just
of the
decleated by a
hitting
dump
you?
truck. Yes.
Look, that's him.
There's the picture of the dummy getting hit by a dump truck.
No, that's the guy that was driving the dump truck.
Yes.
If you notice, that is a dent right there from my hip.
Yes.
And so I wake up somewhere in the air, and I'm 10 yards away from this. The thing was going, we're going to have to do kilometers, probably 35 kilometers per hour.
He gets hit and he wakes up in the
I
air.
feel like that's a pretty high spot for a hip.
Do you think he was
No, it's
having
a mini dump truck.
Did you think he was having a nightmare?
I thought, yeah, still in it. So then I'm on the ground and I look up and there's just a bunch of Italians looking at me.
Italians.
And a bunch of
And I said,
Italian.
I didn't know what to do, so I stood up, put my hands in the air, and yelled, "I'm okay." But at the same time, I was like, "This hurts really, really bad."
Magic trick.
And then my buddy Derek walks over and hands me my shoe, and I was like, "Where?" And I look down, and one of my shoes is gone. And he goes, "Dude, that thing went a long ways." And so then everybody's looking at me. Many dump truck drivers like yelling at me in Italian. And
Yeah,
then
you can tell that thing's a mini because that guy's not.
look, that's how
He's
tall-
not a
Okay,
giant.
that makes
giant.
sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
right there where the dent is, where his hip is.
Okay.
And so he checks his truck out,
Also,
Mamma Mia,
how did-
and walks off.
How
Or
much-
drives off.
How did that guy fit in there?
Yeah, hey,
Oh,
Yeah.
Europe got some weird cars, man. Then he goes down the roundabouts, and he's gone out of my life.
so it was a hit and run.
So that's the
Well,
guy.
what was I supposed to say?
You got to call the police, man.
The policia, I did not want no part of. I was like, I think my hip's good.
Well, hey, he can't see. He can't say he didn't see you because you've got red, white.
No,
and-
that's the guy driving, Si.
That's him.
That's the guy
That's who hit
driving?
you?
That's who hit me.
Mm.
So he was inspecting his car in this photograph. I can't believe I've never told this story. Look, 17 years ago, this was posted.
Somewhere there's an Italian telling the same story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, y'all remember
He
that
said,
damn
hey.
stupid American
Yeah,
stepped out in
stupid
front of me?
American stepped out in front of my dump truck.
17 years ago, I commented on this picture, stupid mini dump truck driver.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you still have beef?
That's why he reported it.
I'd like
Stupid
to,
American stepped in front of my dump truck.
now that I have Google
run over
Translate, I'd love to talk to
Are
him.
you still bitter?
Oh, yeah. Look, you can see it right here. I put the running light got taken out by me.
Oh, that's
He's probably
fantastic.
thought, what a rhinoceros, you know?
Oh, yeah. I was bigger than most people over there. Look at that dent.
You weren't bigger than that driver, though.
Yeah, he looked
How did
pretty
he
big.
fit in there?
When I
What
tell
kind
you,
of clothes do you have on? You have all black on?
no. I mean, at the time, let's just call it like we see it. I was probably wearing Sperry's, some cargo shorts, and a T-shirt that said Top Gun on it or something.
No, Abercrombie.
There might be other pictures from that night.
Hollister.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Did you have your shaved head? Or-
No, I had a beard.
And it was
beard.
legit on the night of the day.
Oh, yeah. Allison dumped me that morning. That night, hit by a dump truck. For the next week, I'm limping around Rome, and I never got a bruise.
Hey,
And I was
Oh.
pumped because I was like, boy, is she going to feel bad when she sees this bruise?
Nope.
Nope.
Did you not tell her till you got home or what?
I probably, no. I mean, at that point, she dumped me.
he had to call for
No, I
sympathy.
know.
No,
he had
at
to.
that point, she dumped me. I was
Baby,
like,
you ain't gonna believe I just got swacked by a
what
dump
year
truck.
was this?
2008, it looked like.
December 5th, 2008.
Wow.
Almost 10 years. Wait, almost 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
2
he
years.
wanted a big bruise to come up.
2 years
But it
and
didn't
13 days later, Allison felt bad enough to marry me. There we go.
So everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. Thank you, mini dump truck driver, for changing my life.
Changing my hip alignment so I could get married.
I mean, he absolutely smoked me.
Jeez.
That was a good time, though. I highly recommend it.
Do you have any like pain from then?
No,
Just you're recovered and you're good?
I was good in about 4 days, I think.
4 days.
Maybe a week.
Do you
Man.
know?
We need to call one of the people that was there and ask them the side. They would tell you the exact same shit.
Man. I'd love to know the dump truck driver's perspective.
Me too.
That's
I don't think we're going to find him.
stupid American. I mean, like, whatever.
Although we
Like,
could.
No, that's the way the story goes. The Italian said, "Hey, you're not gonna believe what happened this morning."
Yeah.
He said, "I was driving, and he said this stupid ignorant American stepped out in front of
Come
me,
out
and
eating
I
a
run
pizza.
over him."
I didn't have anything in my hands.
It's
By
a
the
good
end of it, I
thing.
didn't have one of my feet didn't have nothing on it. That shoe went a legitimate.
So
long way.
no road rash or nothing. Like
No.
Hey, that's what it was. Road
scratches,
rage.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's
what it
Everybody
was.
was excited about the bruise. For like 10 years, they told the story at that school, too.
Hey, did
They
he
were like,
get out
"Hey,
hollering
look."
at you?
Crosswalks are different here in Italy. They do not slow down just because you're in it. They will hit you. John David Owen, look him up.
Can't confirm.
Hey, this is experience talking.
Yeah, like I was part of the safety briefing for the next decade
Hey.
for students
You still
abroad.
lit
And I looked both ways, nothing was coming. Then I stepped out there and got hit by a dump truck.
It hurt.
Look, as you get older, you realize just how important life insurance is because you never know what's going to happen, right? Quickly, grief can turn into financial woe. Look, you lose somebody you love suddenly. How are you going to pay for all of it, right? That's where our friends over at Ethos, they make it easy. Look, because Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy because it is 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. Best part, there's no medical exam. All you got to do is answer a few simple health questions, and they got you. You can get up to $3 million in coverage, and some policies are as low as $30 a month. Look, and Ethos has a 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 3,000 reviews, so you know it's good stuff. You know they do what they say. You know it's that simple. So give Ethos a try. Look, I mean, you do stuff every day to protect your family, right? Like you buckle your kids in seatbelts. You make sure that, you know, your house isn't on fire. I don't know. Like we do all these little steps every day to protect your family. You need to do the same financially. Look, help protect your family with life insurance through Ethos. Get your instant free quote at ethos.com/
Duck.
That is ETHOS.com/
Duck.
ethos.com/
Duck.
Application times and rates may vary.
I will say, when I went to France for like a week, best food I had in France, hands down, was that McDonald's right outside the train station.
Hey, hey,
Then I puked in the Louvre.
Ugh.
Why'd you puke in the
Now
Louvre?
my
I was
question
sick.
is, hey, now my question is, was it Italian McDonald's or American?
I was American. That double quarter pounder with cheese was like, thank God.
Hey,
Slice of home, baby.
hey, give me one of them Italian
I got Hunter with that. one.
McDonald's.
Have I ever known? I haven't told the story about puking in the Louvre.
Has he?
I was sick as a
I
dog.
think so.
Oh,
But they were like, all right, well, today's the day we're going to the Louvre. And I was like, well, I got to see the Mona Lisa. And I was walking around there. I was like, this ain't good, boys. And then
What's the song?
Bleh.
Mona Lisa lost what? The song. Mona Lisa lost something.
she's been stuck on that wall for a long time. But no, I realized I had to puke. So I was yelling baño at people, which is Spanish.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah, so that didn't help. And then I puked everywhere. And I just walked up to some old boy that looked like he worked there. I was like, hey, man, you might want to clean that up. And they roped it off and cleaned it up. So I had my own exhibit in the Louvre at one point.
Really?
And
look
then
at this.
and then I still hadn't seen the Mona Lisa, which was a buzzkill. And I was like, I got to go back to the room. But I went and walked past that Mona Lisa, had my little disposable camera, held it up, took a picture, kept walking. There's like 8,000 people in front of it. I was like, this was dumb. I'm going back to bed.
Go puke on somebody. Was this the same trip or a different trip?
That was a few weeks later. Oh, that was before.
Okay.
I'd already puked in the Louvre by the time I got hit by the mini dump truck.
I was just wondering if it could be concussion related.
No.
Oh, nothing like that, huh?
No, I puked in the train station.
This dude solidified himself.
Yeah. And the people in France, that's why they hate Americans. It was my fault, everybody.
Stupid American.
What did you eat that made you throw up?
Might have been what I drank, but we're really not sure. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Limoncello.
And laws were different.
Oh, limoncello.
It was nasty.
What
What a
They
19-year-old.
got some crazy bottles.
Oh, that
over
kind of
there
sick. You weren't like flu
limoncello.
sick. You were.
No, I was that was the worst sickness I ever felt. You get over there to them dirty French people and you feel like that, might as well be the flu, polio, or something, because you were down for the count.
Polio.
Limoncello.
Enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Talk about me and ain't nothing going on.
I do have some
Except
wild
the,
stories from that trip.
That's
Broken
crazy.
wrist option
Yeah.
Mm.
this morning.
I just can't believe I've never.
You don't want to hear screaming in pain
No.
when you're in a dead sleep.
Yeah. I'd agree.
I don't really want to hear it, even if I'm awake. To be fair,
But startling you.
but
you know.
startling, yeah, and not
never-
knowing who it is.
You never want to hear
No.
your name yelled either when you walk out into a crosswalk. Bad sign of things to
Ain't
come.
a wonder that I didn't fall down since I jumped out and jumped in my pants right quick.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'd like to see you move that.
Oh, no, that's fast. I moved a long time.
Trying to figure out what was going on.
Well, yeah, go and see. I thought it was Christine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the fall.
You heard the thud.
Yeah, the thud, and then
Pretty good thud.
yeah, and then it was when she was screaming in pain. That ain't good.
Yeah, it's-
Not good, boys. Not good.
yeah.
Abort. Abort.
I told the medics that showed up. I said, for a man that spent 24 years and a half years in the military, I'm not very good in a crisis situation. And I said, I'm glad you boys can do what y'all do. And one of them said, well, because it was the fire department that pulled up, and then the ambulance came up.
Yeah.
And the guy said, well, I was at
Oh, y'all hit them with a 911
the
call.
last one was where I emptied 2,500 gallons of water. And I went, whoa, that's a lot of water. He said, yeah, it is.
Oh, on a house
Not
fire?
Mm.
Gosh, somebody.
Well, I wouldn't want the job.
Yeah.
Because every time they touched her, she yelled out in pain when they were trying to
Mover.
move her and
Yeah.
check out,
See what was going on.
He said, well, darling, I got to lift your arm and to see what,
And she broke her wrist or her arm?
broke her wrist.
Oh, yeah. I've had that one. It heals up fine. Eventually.
Yeah.
I was a bit of
broke mine in a car wreck.
I was a bit of a clumsy Gus as a child. I know you should be surprised. It took me 25 years to grow into this head, so a little top heavy.
I
But
broke mine in a car wreck when I was 11th grade?
were you driving?
Nope.
Did you hit somebody in a crosswalk?
Another idiot was driving.
Did you hit somebody in a crosswalk?
No,
Okay.
we hit another car head on.
Oh, we.
And hey, and it was both of the idiots that's driving the cars is the reason we hit. They was playing chicken, and nobody was chicken.
Can't say they ain't chicken if they do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got in a wreck one time. I was sitting in Corey's lap in the front seat.
Oof.
Come on, Corey. What the heck? I think it was Corey. And Cheery was driving, our other cousin, and they ran into the back of somebody, or maybe they just slammed on the brakes, and I went flying, and my head hit the windshield and busted it. That's a true story, too.
Well, that's better than the one I was in
Yeah.
because hey, a kid did the same thing in the car we was in. His head went through the glass and come back, and it literally about near lifted his whole face off.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, it was raw.
I hit a couple of windshields pretty good in my life.
You hit a windshield with your forehead.
Mhm.
We need to have Corey back on so I can ask.
But
her.
I was same thing that caused your sickness.
Oh yeah,
I was a passenger. You know.
I was a passenger too, but I was like 6, and I had older cousins that should have known better.
Yeah, I was not 6. I should have known better than to do what I had
They were
done.
testing that frontal lobe early.
Yeah, I'll give it a good shaking.
Did you have a bruise?
No, I don't bruise.
I mean, you're
man.
just
He doesn't bruise, boys.
You're just a walking
He's bruise
bulletproof
free.
human, I guess.
Weird.
Hold up.
But you know it could cause a bruise.
Oh.
I saw this last night on the internet, and I've been laughing ever since.
What?
There's an Italian semi-pro wrestler. Have you seen him?
Nope.
Italian.
If wrestling is fake, explain it. The boy gets hit with a pizza.
No.
There's a wrestler out there.
If
And
that
knocks
ain't
him
fake-
out?
Hey, if that ain't fake, I don't know what is.
He's doing the
He let
dough
he let
thing. He's
guy
spinning the
twirling
dough.
the pizza. The dough hits him in the face with the dough, and he acts like he's knocked out. Come on, get real.
Wrestling's awesome.
That is so
That
good.
ain't awesome. That's a bit,
Mamma mia, it's
You don't like pro wrestling?
Hey, that's two clowns clowning.
That is so good. If I'd have seen that as a kid, though, I'd have been
That'd
like,
be better
yeah.
if he just had it in his hand and was whipping him in the face. I could believe it. But hey, do it.
Hey, can we talk a
And
second
then
about
hey,
my
he's
man's?
out. He's out like a light when he got hit with a piece of dope.
But can we talk about my man's dough skills?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Whoa.
Hey,
I would eat one of his pizzas.
Boom. Not that one, though. This
No,
probably got a hair on.
that one's been foiled by a man who needs bigger clothes.
Yeah.
So
if
you
he'd
don't
have
like
been
pro
slapping him
wrestling?
with it, it'd been good. If he'd been slapping with it. But since he threw it up and then
Punch
hit it with his fist and then went over and landed on his head and then he's on the bat,
We need to.
pretending to be knocked out.
So were you ever a wrestling fan?
Oh, no.
What? Never?
Never.
Never.
Look, I come on in and leave one day. Well, I don't even remember what year it was. But I go to Phil's house.
Uh-huh.
Phil,
That guy's name's
Al,
Luigi.
Jace, Willie, and Jep, they're into wrestling.
Well, yeah. 'cause
I
you're
mean, big
a
time.
redneck kid. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about big
Absolutely.
time, boy. Hey, they turned it on, and hey, I don't even remember who it was, but hey, the guy jumped up on the third rope.
Mm-hmm.
He had done body slam this clown. He's laying there. He jumped up on the rope and jumped up and supposedly come down in this guy's chest on the mat. And then the guy, like 5 minutes later, they got to doing it again. And then he won the match. And they was all talking, man, that was great. And I said, y'all believe that fake crap? And he said, what are you talking about? Yeah, you don't believe you. And I said, Jace, I'll give you a deal. I said, I'll get up on the couch. You lay down on the floor, and I'm going to jump and land in your chest with my knee. And I said, and then you ain't no get up and fight me and win. I said, they're going to take you one or two places, to the morgue or to the hospital for emergency.
Yeah.
I said, because you ain't no get up and be fighting me in the mood to fight me.
Let's get
If
out
you're
of the winter
in
slump.
a winter
Yeah.
slump, now's a good time to hit that reset button. Taking care of your health doesn't have to be complicated, and that's why we love AG1. You know what I'm talking about, Si.
Because, boys, hey, it's simple. It's one scoop.
One scoop will do
One.
you. AG1 is a daily health drink that keeps it simple. One scoop, and you've got vitamins, pre and probiotics, superfoods, and antioxidants. You ain't mixing and matching a bunch of different pills and powders and trying to figure it all out. Because guess what? One scoop. It's got you covered. Every morning I wake up and I start it with AG1. So when my day gets going, I know I've already done something good for my body. Plus, the steady energy support I get from AG1 is better than a cup of coffee.
Well, not only that, hey, you're ready for the day. You're fired up about it.
That's
Because
because
you've got what you need.
Yeah.
And what you need is 75 ingredients. AG1's next gen formula is daily immune and gut support that'll have you moving through the spring feeling your best. My energy levels are outstanding. As you know, I've been on a bit of a health journey, and AG1 is part of that. I'm running. I'm taking care of my body because I want it to be good when I'm old. If you get tired of the original, they got citrus, they got berry, they got tropical. I've tried them all. So what you need to do is go to drinkag1.com/duck to get an AG1 flavor sampler and a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2 for free in your AG1 welcome kit with your first AG1 subscription order only while supplies last. That's drinkag1.com/duck. drinkag1.com/duck.
I was a kung fu master, yeah, and breaking, like 2-inch thick boards.
Is that when y'all were
After they were cut.
Is that when y'all were chopping
would
the
just-
fruit with the samurai sword?
Yeah, show us.
The samurai
Oh.
sword was fun.
Yeah,
They put that tea
I
jug
told
up
you.
there and told me to take a
Take
free
it-
swing at it. I
Take
said,
a minute
"You
to get
betcha,
it
buddy."
ready.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I never knew that I wanted to play with a samurai sword till Duck Dynasty
You
happened.
didn't know that?
No, I just
I
never.
thought that was just innately ingrained in every male's brain.
No, I know how clumsy I am, and slinging that big of a blade around looked like something I'd lose a kneecap.
Oh
on.
no!
So-
Hey, look,
so
we
I
had a
just-
big time doing that because we had everything out here in the warehouse.
Oh, we cut watermelons, tea
Yeah,
jugs.
watermelons.
That was
cantaloupe.
some of those were fun to do.
Yeah, hey, and I'm
That
talking
was
about,
a
hey,
fun
look,
one.
guy standing there with a watermelon,
Yeah.
throws it up,
Oh, yeah.
and you take
Whack.
a samurai sword, a real one,
Yeah.
okay, and whack that sucker in half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fruit
were,
Ninja.
Those were
Yeah,
fun.
that was actually fun to do.
Hunter,
Mhm.
put a samurai sword in the budget. We need to bring that back. Buy one.
Yeah, we can cut like a bag of Doritos.
Get them a
now.
katan.
No, I'm cutting.
Wait, are they called
sorts of
Are they called a katan? Is that what they're like?
Katana.
Oh,
Whoa! Oh, anime chimed in
My
from
bad,
the,
my
from the
bad.
cheap seats.
I knew it was something.
Yeah.
I figured I was saying the game Catan, but
Katana.
That's like, hey, that's like pirates when they used to board ships and cut everybody up.
Yeah.
That's nothing like
Oh, I
a
would-
pirate.
Hey, that was rough, boys.
Pirates had
Sword
samurai
fighting
swords.
was bad.
Samurai
too.
pirates. If you ever run into a group of those, get out of there.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Samurai pirates. That's
You don't want to mess with them.
That's some hijacking finna happen.
Moana beat them. I mean, that's basically what them little coconuts were on that one. Little samurai pirates throwing needles and everything else at them.
Them suckers were a menace.
I'm not fluent in Moana.
Why not? You should.
I just
be.
haven't
It's
been
a
yet.
great Disney movie.
Is 2 any good?
Oh, I ain't seen 2.
Me neither.
No, I ain't seen
Frozen 2's trash.
These little kids love Zootopia.
Zootopia. Yeah, we watched
The
it.
second one, too.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Just telling you.
I don't disagree. I'm not fluent in it.
The Paw Patrol movie is not good.
Trash.
Yeah,
Trash.
not good at all. But
The only kids movie Si's ever seen is
Sandlot.
Ted.
Oh, whoa.
Ted?
Not
Oh,
a
that
kid's
was
movie.
that was a
that?
wild experience.
What is Ted?
You've never heard this?
No,
I don't
no,
care that
no,
we've
no.
told this
No,
story.
that was
Tell
a
it.
wild and I swear,
What year
when
is
they,
this?
When
When
they
it
run
come
it,
out.
In
when they run it
theater.
on television, they said, what is it, 13?
PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13. So me and my wife going to it because it looked like it was be a funny movie.
Uh-huh.
And we sat down, and from the start, it was foul language.
Wait, is this the teddy bear? Like Ted?
Yeah, the
the-
teddy
with
bear.
Mark
Okay,
Wahlberg.
now I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the
Which is
teddy
clearly
bear,
rated.
Hey.
R.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, and matter of
okay.
fact, they've got a new one coming out.
I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, they got a new one and
'Cause
said,
you're a
hey,
mature
and
young man.
it's gonna be another bigger hit than the first one.
Yeah.
You need to go watch the first 20 minutes of it just to
Oh, yeah.
imagine Si and Christine
That-
sitting in there
Yeah,
watching.
well, no,
it.
I'm
I'm not
sitting
telling you
there-
to watch the whole
I'm
thing, but
sitting there, and after about the first 30 minutes, I looked at her and I said, I think we should all just get up and leave because this is getting even worse than I even imagined.
he showed up mad.
Oh, no, I was
telling
hot.
us about it.
I
Just-
said, then they said, well, wait a minute, it was rated. And I said, look, on TV that I watched, it rated it. They said, hey, PG-13 for
Incorrect.
kids.
oh, man.
PG-13's not for kids.
I'll say
Yeah,
this.
it is. It's supposed to be.
I'll say this.
I believe the 13 stands for 13 and older, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, 13 is a kid, dummy.
And here's
That's true.
And here's why I tell you to go watch it, because I didn't watch it until Si told me he went to the theaters
Oh,
to watch
no.
it. So then I had to watch it through Si's eyes.
Oh, no.
And I got so ticked. It was even funnier watching it
Well,
like
no,
that.
no,
I don't even
because
know
look-
if it's a funny movie, but visualizing Si and Christine
'Cause
on a
yeah.
date night with
Was it
popcorn.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember it like it was yesterday, man, because we couldn't
no.
breathe.
We talked about it on the podcast, and I
Right.
said,
No, you did that on Duck Dynasty. You were walking down the
well,
hall.
I
going,
just said, hey, look.
I went to a
I
movie
said,
last
hey,
night.
don't
You're not
ever
gonna believe
trust
it.
That
what
was-
Don't ever trust what the media says.
That was one of those that we wrote on the wall of the old duck call room. Like, got to make sure we talk about this one. Si and Ted.
That-
Well,
that
me and
can't be
Christine
good.
talked, I guarantee you, for what, 3 months that you talking about got hoodwinked. Good
Hoodwink.
grief.
Hey, that's a good movie. Little Hoodwink
I
movie.
said, well,
Hold on.
I love that movie.
no, because,
man.
hey, they literally run it and it said, hey, it's PG-13, for kids.
Yeah.
I have a similar
Then I
story.
go in this thing, and I'm talking about from the opening scene to the ending scene. Okay, it was nothing but just garbage.
Yeah, it wasn't Care Bears or Build-A-Bear.
Yeah,
I ever told you about the time my grandmother went to Hooters on accident?
Oh, no.
Sick.
The same one that got arrested for speeding?
Yeah.
Oh, Spike stripped. I mean,
Yeah, very conservative.
I would have loved to have met her.
Very well.
Okay.
We will.
She went to my dad said, "Where'd you go eat?" Oh, this restaurant called Hooters. And Dad said, You went there?
Oh, no.
Well, no.
What'd she think it was?
She just thought it was like Applebee's.
Oh, just a regular
Hey, that's not a
restaurant.
bad idea.
Similar to Ted,
Uh-oh.
my parents took me to go see this Liam Neeson movie when I was 13 called The Gray. Have you guys ever heard of The Gray?
Nope.
So it's about a
Of
plane.
all the Liam Neeson movies, that's what
He
we're
did
talking
something
about?
other than Batman and Taken?
Yeah.
Oh.
Qui-Gon Jinn, sir.
Who?
I got to get more nerdy friend. That's why I went to dinner with Hunter last night because he got that joke, man. Go watch Star Wars. It's literally
So
episode.
it's about a group of people getting hunted by wolves after a plane crash. The
Okay.
movie is super, super bloody, super, super gory, super rated R.
And now you're super afraid of wolves?
Nah, I was 13 and had the time of my life. I was like, this is awesome. And then my parents were getting like weird looks from other people.
That they brought their son to.
Yeah.
That's.
so-
I remember the first movie I saw in theaters. Can you guess it? 1994, 95.
Space Jam?
No. Go up in ratings.
oh, I don't.
I was specifically told before we walked in, we were at the mall movie theater. My mom said, John David, you cannot repeat anything you hear in this movie.
Friday?
No, Dumb and Dumber.
Oh,
And for the next 30 years, I've quoted it the whole time.
yeah.
That was the first movie I saw in theaters.
How old were you?
6 or 5. Highly inappropriate.
What a
mother.
culture shock.
Such a good movie, though.
Yeah, it really
Original
is.
one. Yeah. That's so.
Yeah, I was in kindergarten. They got looks too, I'm sure.
In kindergarten? At 6?
No, taking a kindergarten child to see Dumb and Dumber.
That's why they went to the one. Well, no, I was going to say that's why they went to the one at the mall, but that's the only one still.
Yeah, probably. I went to the mall the other day. Yeah, but I was just sad.
Yeah.
Malls used to be so cool, and now the internet ruined malls.
Yeah. Yeah, what I used to go. Oh, they had the hunting store in there for a little
The
while.
camouflage shop.
That's
shop.
still open. They don't have hunting stuff anymore. They just sell like T-shirts.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, man, there's just walls now. I said, buddy, this used to all be stores
Yeah.
that you could go in.
All
Not
of it.
anymore. We need to bring back malls. Do you think it's possible?
Nah.
Mm-mm.
You think
Nah.
it's over?
Yeah, it's over.
Malls are so
I would say
cool.
that form of a mall, unless you're in like a big city.
Did you ever go to the mall?
Go to what?
Let's go to the mall, man.
A mall?
Did you ever go to the mall? Like,
No. Why would I go to the mall?
Oh, you went to the mall.
No.
You didn't go there
Never?
chasing women?
No.
Or to get a nice shirt.
yeah.
the malls were
Hey.
like late 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
I went to the mall a lot as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, we went all the time.
I went in high school all the time. So I guess they lasted through 2010-ish.
Yeah,
I
there was
wouldn't
like
go
the
to the
fair,
mall.
not the
What
that
we
big
used
old
to say
carousel.
is, hey,
over
let's
there.
go to the drive-in picture show.
There you go.
Okay. So
That
our
was-
mall
that was our big thing.
Where do kids hang out now?
Hopefully it's
On-
No, that's what I wondered
about
today.
to say-
We're hoping youth
Yeah,
group.
where
but-
do
I
kids
know.
hang out today?
on Snapchat.
Oh, no.
A lot of it is online.
That's why we're smarter than the next. We're the first generation smarter than the generation behind us. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
No, but I
I
totally
just watched
believe
a
it.
whole podcast on brain rot, like by like scientific study, like with like 2 Harvard graduates and a dude that wrote a book about the anxious generation. I watched this today.
Who's the anxious generation?
Yeah, I think it's like Gen Z and back.
No, I had told my grandson, Brady,
Yeah.
you know, he was without a job. And I said, well, hey, look, what you need to do is do a podcast on dating.
Mm-hmm.
And start with like me and Christine, how we dated,
Mm-hmm.
and then bring it forward.
Yeah.
Gotta
because
spicy.
Trace is always trying to set him up with a date,
Mm-hmm.
and
He's
he
just
keeps
trying to
saying,
get him out of
"Mom,
there.
no, Mom, we don't do things like that today."
What do they do?
Hey, that's just it. I
need
don't
to have
know.
Look, everybody talks about weight loss, pants fitting better, belt not working overtime. That's all the good stuff. But how about those not so obvious changes that make your life so much better in all the little ways, huh, Goblin?
Yeah, before I started PhD weight loss, every time I climbed out of my truck, my knees, I mean, you'd be flinching, waiting for that little shot of pain, but now,
They ain't
don't
barking
do
at
it.
you no more?
nope,
No more barking.
nope. I'm 5 weeks in, and if you just stay the course, you'll lose 3 or 4 pounds a week. Jumping, you want to jump up and down and just run, take off running.
If you've tried all the diets, keto, paleo, fasting, they're all the same. It's time to try something different because it's not a willpower problem, right? There's one thing that tells your body to burn fat or store it, and most diets miss it. PhD Weight Loss has figured it out and builds a plan that actually works with your body, not against it. So, I mean, you're still eating, right? I mean,
I'm
you're eating
still
all the
eating.
stuff. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
it's not
and it's-
miserable.
It's not miserable. They send you some stuff you can eat, and it's not bad. And you don't feel like you want some more when you get through. You're not hungry.
If you call now, they'll give you 2 free weeks in the program and pay for your food so you can finally see real results. If you're done with yo-yo dieting and want clarity, call PhD Weight Loss now and mention
Coward.
no more guessing, just answers. Call 864-644-1900 and say,
Gowan.
that's 864-644-1900 or visit myphdweightloss.com.
I think there's people that do different. It depends on how you're raised and what you've been exposed to, but there's people that still do it the right way. But I would say majority of people that probably don't have like an insight in their life for someone to teach them.
Well, I know this. The dating
Yeah.
options that are available,
Right.
they're into that big.
Huh?
What do you mean, like an app or something?
Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about a dating app.
Yeah, okay.
That we called that the mall.
And look, and the biggest thing on that is how big of lies they tell each other.
Yeah. It's kind of
You know,
crazy.
they don't send their photo; they send another photo of.
Well, what's gonna happen when they meet?
Yeah,
Catfish.
but I'm just saying,
Catfish.
it would actually be funny. You talking about funny? That would be a funny thing to listen to.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to catfish somebody because it would be hilarious.
Yeah, you
If
never
Cy
seen
did
that
Well, no, I'm
TV
talking about all
show?
the
and then they
dating
show up and it's Cy. Like
No,
you
no,
just
no,
got
'cause
catfished
that's
by
like,
Cy.
look, and I'll use me as an example. When Kay and Phil started dating, I was like the fifth wheel. I was in the back seat.
Who were the other two?
Huh? No, it was just Phil, Kay, and me.
Oh, third wheel.
People would
Third
walk
wheel,
up
third
to where
wheel.
we was at like at the Dairy Queen.
Right.
Somebody looked talk about who's that in the back, and Phil said, "Oh, that's just that's my brother, younger brother, Si. Don't worry about it."
Try to teach him something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, Mama was trying to. I was a chaperone.
Yeah, no, today, I mean, it just changes from like people before me. You only knew who you ran in circles with, you know?
Now they know everybody.
Well, now it's a digital thing, so you can know anyone
There
anywhere.
there is
Question marks on no.
the communication is really screwy
Yeah.
in today's dating world.
we
yeah.
need to have a youth on here.
Because most of them,
You gonna break my phone?
and I'll use Ronnie Dunn.
Bring my
okay?
cousin.
I'll use Ronnie Dunn.
He's
No.
not a youth.
When I met him
He's
and
old.
talked to him at Caesar's Palace when I was watching the show, him and Reba and Brooks, he said, "Hey, me and my wife getting divorced," and he said, "She's sitting on one end of the couch, I'm sitting on the other end, and we're texting each other on the stupid phone."
That's crazy.
That's a big
And I looked and I said, "Ronnie, do you think maybe that may be part of y'all's problem? Is that you're living in a house, you're on the same couch, and yet you're talking through AI? You're not talking to each other.
God, I love old people.
You're texting."
Yeah.
Texting.
Yeah, that app was just talking about like boundaries with your phone and like how your brain reacts to just like
Yeah.
everything they're putting out.
Because
there
used
these
to,
days.
it would be face to face. Hey,
Yeah.
we're done. Now, you get a little text saying, "Hey, it's a road, Jack."
I need to find a youth to interview
A
here.
youth or a
A
youth?
youth.
Well, is that the new way y'all say that?
That's just how I say it.
Youth.
Don't worry about it. No, we got to find one and
And
ask
not
them.
only that,
Like, where do they hang out?
there are a lot of people that is
You know?
they're actually dating.
Yeah, through a phone.
They spend
AI.
any time in the right parking lot.
I've heard that on there. It's
Hey,
called like
and
chat.
and that's scary.
That is scary.
Because the movies, you can just go get a ticket now. When I was a kid, they'd be sold out. Hunter, where are they hanging out?
I think they hang out some at the movies and
This
the movie
thing's
parking
buzzing.
lot and Discord.
I don't know if a phone's coming through or not, but it was
I think
it
it
was
really.
buzzing in my hand.
It's a online it's kind of like a chat room, but you can talk in it. Like it's like the newer version of Skype, basically.
Yeah.
These
It's
ding
just
dogs
a-
ain't got a group message?
It's like a group message, but more for gaming.
No, I think kids. It just really depends on what they're
Fortnite, that's where
what
we're
they're
hanging out.
interacted with, of where they hang out. Like if you
Give us a
play,
few years and you gonna know.
yeah, you would.
Oh, man, I don't like it.
Like if kids are
Ben's
into
a-
sports, they'll be around people that play sports. But if like it just depends on what you're doing, is what.
No,
you're
I would like
interacting
to
with.
know what our kids that are, let's say, from 12 to 18 are doing.
Gave me 3 days and I'm
What
a
do
12-year-old.
do they do in their off time?
Like a majority.
He's a little different than
You're
most.
saying like a majority, like the majority
yeah,
of those kids. I would say it probably all comes down to what their parents like.
Because I remember at school, on the weekend, like Friday night, we'd all meet at Dairy Queen's
right?
and have a big time just clowning around. Go roll somebody's house.
Yeah, we did
Or-
that a lot.
Just do
Where'd you hang
something
out?
that's
The camp.
That tracks.
But nowadays,
You didn't have anywhere in town?
I would say a lot of kids that have access to a cell phone and social media, I would say a lot of them waste their time probably scrolling and doing that.
well, what I've heard from the TV, they spend
The big screen told him about the small
like
screen.
out of a 7-day week,
mm-hmm.
24 hours. How many hours is that?
Yeah. Oh, how many hours is that?
Yeah,
Probably around
for
100.
a whole week.
It's like 150, 60.
Well, they spend like 50 hours
Mm.
on this stupid thing.
Thank God. When I get my notification on Sundays
Asking-
about screen time
asking
report,
AI.
I get like 4.5 hours, and I think that's way too much.
Asking AI,
I ask you not
what's
to get in
wrong
my
with me?
personal
What
business,
all
sir.
this?
Yeah, these people said, I think the average adult, or I don't know if it's adult or kids combined, is like 6 hours a day on social media.
Yes, I'm
The
below
average.
average.
Social media?
Just social media.
Hey,
Oh,
like
I'm
short,
way
like,
below
like,
Hey,
that.
look,
like short form
I'm
videos
telling you,
and stuff.
it's insane the amount of time they're staying on that.
Yeah, mine sends me a deal every Sunday morning.
If I was a parent nowadays,
What's yours, Hunter?
hey,
The same as yours.
my
About
kid
four
would
and a
not
half?
have a
Yeah,
phone
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
I'm with Olivia, it's like 2.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if it's hunting season, that's
until
what it is.
they're like
Like but
16 years old.
out of hunting season.
No, that's what they were
4.5.
talking about on the podcast about the brain rot thing. Is really, there's only so much you can do. You can't tell an adult what to do, but they think some of the best things to, like take back, like the kids
'Cause,
now,
I
is to
mean,
take away
your
phones and social media
psychologist-
until they're of age,
Yeah,
16,
the
18 years old.
psychologists are saying, hey, their grades are way down. Their sleep, they don't get enough rest.
They don't feel purpose.
They're losing weight, not eating right, and it's because of that right there.
Yeah, and they don't have
And all the
purpose.
apps that are available for them to get into.
They need to go to the mall.
The
And
middle of the mall.
Middle of the
y'all.
mall, and if you,
No,
if you
they
talk to the
need-
wrong person, you might get knocked out.
No, they need to have human companionship
Yes,
for
That-
crying out loud.
At the mall.
they need to lock their phone and just be
no,
alive.
forget the phone.
That's why they lock it up. I say,
Yeah.
be alive. Just go be alive and experience.
Because hey, I
life.
seen something the other day on it about schools. Schools are trying to pass a law that you can't bring that to school.
I think that's good.
Hey, you think it'd be? We live in a world where you could, as soon as you walk in the school, it just shuts down all the signal, like some kind of signal block or something.
Well, because
You can't be doing that.
I'll give you an example.
No.
Hey,
That's
What-
the
what do
easiest
they-
way to disable it.
what
Just
do they
block
call
the
that?
signal.
I'll give you an
A
example.
little EMP.
Yeah.
Where'd you hang out in high school? We got to finish because we're way over.
High school.
Yeah, where were you hanging out?
I mean, I guess
Rite Aid.
the right age is crazy.
Hey, we always hung out at somewhere where we could get something to eat, a burger
Well, I mean,
and shake.
There's not a single McAllister's waitress from 2003 to 2007 that probably wasn't asked out by me or one of my friends.
Yeah.
That's where we hung out. Know any of them?
Yeah, in high school, I don't know. I
That's
played
where we
a lot
hung
of-
out, and they would just talk to people.
Man, them spuds used to be legit.
Probably still are.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I get
Yeah, in
stay
high
away from it.
school. I mean, I played a lot of sports, so I did a lot of things with my teammates outside of practice, whether it was just hanging out and just going to eat or I rolled a lot of people's houses. I did a lot of ding dong ditching growing up, even in high school. I know that sounds very immature, but
Now everybody got a
Well,
doorbell
you said-
camera.
Yeah,
Can't even
now
do that
Ring
anymore.
When
shut
I was
that
in high
down.
school,
yeah,
we either was at somebody's house
you're right.
or at a place that served food and hamburgers, shake, milkshake.
We just
stuff like
always ended up at somebody's camp. That's where we
Yeah.
always went to the woods, either riding 4-wheelers, getting your truck stuck, like tearing up. We
Yeah,
were
'cause-
we were tearing up something
Yeah.
with wheels. Like it did not matter.
We rode around the car a lot. Because we thought when I was 16,
Oh, no, well,
when I
yeah.
got my car, I thought it was
Yeah.
the coolest thing. So like anyone that couldn't drive was my friends. Like we would just ride around.
wanna ride?
Like
You want
we
to
ride around till midnight. You know, I thought it was bad to the bone.
Deuteronomy 6 and 7. These commandments that I give to you today are to be upon your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. There you go.
Boop boop.